It's a wonderful Tuesday morning. It's a great day that the Lord has made that we will rejoice. I'm glad indeed. We're happy to be here at the stands this morning. We have wonderful people here with us. We have Mr. Raphael, we have Alaji, we have Mr. Samuel, and also we have Mr. Matthew. Mr. David is also around. Okay, let's look at what the newspaper have for us. This morning we have the Nigerian Tribune, and also we do have the Vanguard newspaper. The Nigerian Tribune, what does it say? Above the masthead, we have Nigeria defaults on $200 million Mambila settlement agreement, incurs heavy penalty. Nigeria defaults on $200 million Mambila settlement agreement, incurs heavy penalty. 33 trillion debt unsustainable, may plunge Nigeria into bankruptcy. PDP governors warns that Nigeria's 33 trillion naira debt is unsustainable, may plunge Nigeria into bankruptcy. Oshomale preaches steadfastness at Edo APC meeting. Oshomale preaches steadfastness at Edo APC meeting. Twitter ban, ECOWAS court to hear suit against federal government June 22. Twitter ban, ECOWAS court to hear suit against federal government June 22. Insecurity, Edwin Clark calls for national dialogue. Edwin Clark calls for national dialogue over insecurity. The main headline on the Tribune newspaper this morning: Nigeria may not celebrate another democracy day. That is from Soyinka. Soyinka said that Nigeria may not celebrate another democracy day. Kidnapping, according to him, has become everyday's business, and someone comes out on air and acts as if all is well, as if we are in a minor hiccup. I'm saying this whole nation is about to self-destruct, and it is time Buhari and his government listen and take action. Otherwise, we will not be celebrating another democracy day come next year. That is from Soyinka. Gunmen kill another 14 in Plateau State. Gunmen kill another 14 in Plateau State. Boko Haram frees UN staff after 9 months in captivity. Boko Haram frees UN staff after 9 months in captivity. Men want Fulani group over threat to attack Delta. Men want Fulani group over threat to attack Niger Delta. Banditry, we are under siege. Emir of Zazao cries out. We are under siege. Emir of Zazao cries out. Nigeria needs leaders who will unite the country. That is from Vice President Osibajo. Nigeria needs leaders who will unite the country. Government reserves turning into hideouts for criminal headsmen. Ekiti farmers cry out that government reserves turning into hideouts for criminal headsmen. Ekiti farmers cries out. What does the Vanguard have for this morning? The main headline on the Vanguard newspaper: Nigeria on suicide slide must decentralize fast. Nigeria on suicide slide must decentralize fast. Right from Soyinka. Once Nigeria may not remain together if federal government fails to decentralize it. Note Buhari's comment on open grazing unfortunate. As the Senate and reps not doing enough. Governors too timid. Twitter ban indicates the federal government is enemy of democracy as presidency keeps mum. TB Joshua for burial July 9 says family source. TB Joshua for burial July the 9th says family, and he will be buried in his church in Lagos State, not at his hometown. Twitter, ECOWAS court adjourns case against FG till June 22. ECOWAS adjourns court case against FG till June 22. Terminal operators to contribute to total reconstruction of Apapa Port. Terminal operators to contribute to total reconstruction of Apapa Port. Anambra poll, Abga clears Soludo, disqualifies 5 others. Abga clears Soludo, disqualifies 5 others. Okay, militants reply herdsmen vow to repel attacks on Delta. Militants reply herdsmen vow to repel attacks on Delta. The Sun is about this morning. Soyinka warns of looming breakup. We have read that in other papers. Soyinka warns of looming breakup. Recommends decentralization as remedy. Kicks against open grazing. Men SMBLF Clark promise Fulani jihadists fire for fire. Fulani jihadists fire for fire. 33 trillion naira debt unsustainable may plunge Nigeria into bankruptcy. PDP governors warn. Okay, the nation. PDP governors raise alarm over frivolous borrowings. PDP governors raise alarm over frivolous borrowings. Olubadan, emirs parley on security in Ibadan. Olubadan emirs parley on security in Ibadan. Or gunmen kill 12 in attack on Plateau communities. Ganduje, I will remain in politics after my tenure. That's from Ganduje. Okay, that is it for it today. Let's move over to our reviewers this morning. You can also keep your comments coming in for today's program. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Crystal.
There's many things to talk about today. One thing on my mind is the rate of borrowings and how we have been servicing our debts. How can Nigeria come out of this debt with the rate of borrowing?
To be quite honest with you, thank you very much for having me anyway. Matthew is the name. To be quite honest with you, if you look at the borrowing trend of this government, it's quite alarming. But if you look at when this government came in 2015, Nigerian debt profile was 12.12 trillion naira. As at 2020, the Nigerian debt profile rose to 29.92 trillion naira. So by implication, this government have borrowed additional 20.8 trillion under a space of 6 years or 5 years. So it's quite worrisome. And look at the amount with which they are servicing the loan. I think in every fiscal year is up to 1 trillion naira.
Service
the loan. So it's a worrisome situation. It's something that should worry any right-thinking member of the society, because it's like mortgaging the future of the country. It's like mortgaging the future of the unborn children. Because by the time you borrow to the extent that it starts affecting, because as you are borrowing, there are terms attached to it. And we can see that Nigeria being a mono economy, Nigeria is not being able to even generate what it takes to run the budget. So it may get a point where we may not even it may not even be healthy for financial institutions globally to borrow to Nigeria. And if you get to that level, terms of payment become an issue, because if you are not able to pay, those terms they are tied to the borrowing will start hitting hard on the people. So I think what we hope on the government to do is to start looking inward on how to free money from wastages, or how to cut down expenses, or how to generate money. Because if you look at what is happening in the country, it tells you that there are so much wastage. Because ICPC revealed that over 30, I cannot remember the figure anyway, a huge amount of money that ICPC discovered that they use in replicating projects in this year's budget. And we have seen instances where government personalities were under investigation and nothing came out of it. What I'm saying in essence is the government should cut down expenses. The government should ensure that all the areas where the government personalities, personnel are looting the treasury, they should block it. And they should look inward and look at how do you generate more funds. And again, if you look at the issue of steel deposit in Nigeria, Nigeria has one of the largest deposits of steel globally. But Nigerian government is not thinking of how to exploit it. Because if you develop our steel, it is sustainable more than the crude, because crude is gradually fading away. Fossil oil fuel is gradually fading away. But if you develop our steel, it has more enduring tendency. It's more sustainable if you build the economy on steel more than the crude we are currently leveraging on. And we have so many resources in this country. Let me tell you something. Look at this uranium that is causing issue in Iran, because Iran is trying to enrich atomic bomb, from our understanding. And there is a UN agreement that says you cannot enrich it beyond 20%. And if you enrich uranium up to 95%, coat it with lead, it turns to atomic bomb if you put explosives to it. But that's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is that we have uranium deposit in Nigeria. And uranium can be put to economic use. Uranium can be used to generate electricity. And all this Nigeria can leverage on by partnering with UN who will supervise and ensure that you are not going outside the mandate of UN in trying to use it for economic benefits. So what I'm trying to say is that our government is not reasoning. If they are reasoning, there are so many areas of natural resources in Nigeria that they can leverage on to get funds, to generate revenue, other than this crude oil. Because once there is any crisis in the oil sector, Nigerian economy is in jeopardy, and that's what we are experiencing currently.
Okay. How can Nigeria come out of this? Because it seems we borrowed the more and our debts keep increasing. How can Nigeria come out of this debt?
The only way we can come out of it is to think out of the box. Is to ensure that we have people who have the ability to do it in places. Not by having mediocres. Because by the time you promote mediocrity above meritocracy, I think the result is what we are seeing. By the time you are not looking, why should Nigerian government up till now be a mono economy? It is unhealthy. Unfortunately, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida built the rolling mill of Ajaokuta Steel. Under Obasanjo sold the rolling mill to an Indian company under Obasanjo's government. So you see that our government, because the money coming from oil is sufficient at that time, we were satisfied. They were not thinking beyond oil. So I think it is time the government should think beyond oil, because oil sector is already being strengthened. Quite agreed, we have so much gas deposit in Nigeria which have enduring tendency in terms of generation of money, in terms of economic impact. But gas alone cannot sustain Nigeria economy. So that's why they need other areas of natural resources. Good a thing, God have abundantly blessed Nigeria with natural resources. It's just that Nigeria is not tapping into it because Nigerian government, they are lazy, they don't think. They only depend on crude oil. That's the problem of Nigeria.
Do we have any legitimate reason of borrowing such amounts of money?
What you may call legitimate is the need to spend. Because if you have the need to build a road and it's already captured in the budget and the fund is not there, you need to get money either by way of borrowing, either by way of bond, whether locally or internationally, to finance the projects. So what they need to spend and the fund is not there, they need to borrow. But the issue is the one we are borrowing and the one we are generating, is it being put to judicial use? The answer is no.
But
because we can sense and see.
There's infrastructure, the rail, the roads.
The rail you talk about is feasible, we can see it. And I think perhaps because it is a direct partnership with Chinese companies who are doing it directly. If you allow that rail project to undergo through the normal bureaucratic process of Nigerian process of executing projects, I don't think we'll have those railway executed. I think perhaps because the Chinese people are the one doing it directly. There's something fundamentally wrong with Nigerian system, because every politician see it as an opportunity to amass wealth. That's why I tell you that politicians, they are not there because of the common man. They are not there because they want to grow the economy. They are not there because they want to better the society. They are only there because of their pecuniary interests. Whether the Igbo, the Hausa, the Yoruba, are that political class, they have common ideology on how to enrich their pocket, not the common man. That is the truth.
Okay. Osibaja is saying that we need leaders that can unite the country.
I don't know what Osibaja is trying to tell us. Osibaja is somebody I have so much respect for. But I don't know what he's trying to tell us by telling us that we need leaders who can unite the country. By all standards, Osibaja is a leader currently.
Okay.
He's not even just indicting his organ, he's indicting himself. It's self-indictment. Because the way it stands, he's the number 2 person in this country by all standards. By the standard of man anyway. So if he's telling us again that we need leaders who can unite the country, what is he trying to imply? Is he saying that they do not have the capacity to do it? But again, this brings us to the hallmark of this government, buck passing. They always derive pressure in shifting blame. And I think that has been the bane of stagnancy in development of the country under this government. Because from the onset, they started passing. They started blame game. They started looking for who to blame. Any area they face. Once there is a challenge, they look for who to shift the blame to. I think that is what is still playing out. I think this government, it has taken them so much to realize that they are government in power. They still see themselves as opposition. And unfortunately, they are in their second term of 4 years. By our standard, in the next 2 years, they would have ruled for 8 good years. And you are still telling us that we need leaders who can unite the country, and you are in the saddle. It's unfortunate.
Okay, Nigeria may not celebrate another democracy day. He gave each instance of kidnapping, insecurity, and we also have Emir of Zaza cries out that they are under siege. Looking at all these factors, would Nigeria survive?
If Soyinka is telling us that Nigeria may not celebrate another June 12th, I think we understand the angle he's speaking from. Because almost every strata of the society, almost every geopolitical zone, almost every state, almost every local government have its own fair share of insecurity in this country. Okay. And unfortunately, the Fulani herdsmen, who are the major problem in this crisis, the government is not seeing it from that angle. Like the Emir of Zaza, who told the people that I think it is high time you start defending yourself. He said that in out of frustration. And I listened to a House of Rep member from Plateau State, while he was addressing people at the scene of massacre in Plateau State. He lamented that if the government know that they cannot protect the people any longer, they should tell them. And you see, John Campbell, the former ambassador of America to Nigeria, wrote an article recently that Nigeria is failing. He wrote a letter to U.S. government asking them to recognize Nigeria as a failed state. And all these are indices pointing towards that direction. A situation where citizens are being frustrated. House of Rep members are frustrated. Senators are frustrated. Everybody is talking. Nobody is under protection of the government. What then makes government legitimate if the government cannot provide for security of life and property? And the constitution is very clear on this, that the security of life and the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of governance. And it is eluding the people by simply because the government do not have what it takes to protect the people. Then where do we go from here? Only yesterday or day before yesterday, a commander in the Nigerian army was pleading with Boko Haram that let us negotiate. That tells you that Nigeria is standing from a weak perspective, and the whole world is watching. So what I'm saying in essence is, it is no longer a news that we need state police to salvage the situation. It doesn't matter whose odd is God. It doesn't matter how Mr. President look at it. It doesn't matter how the proponents of one Nigeria look at it. We need state police. If you cannot provide security for the people and you cannot allow state police, then allow the country to do and let everybody go his way. Because you cannot be watching your people being killed in their numbers. You cannot be watching your women being raped. You cannot be watching your subjects as a king being kidnapped. Ransom is being paid. All we hear from government is we are on top of the situation. We are decimated the insurgents. We are bombing the bandits, and they keep kidnapping, raping, killing, maiming as on daily basis, unchallenged. So I think the panacea to all these myriad of issues is one: let us have state police, and let those state security operatives be empowered to bear AK-47, or if you have a better war armament that is even above AK-47, let us allow them have it. Because what guarantee a Fulani herdsman, a bandit, an insurgent to be wielding AK-47 everywhere? And you say that like Amateku, who have been legally constituted, should not bear arms. Is it justified? It's not justified by any standard. So what I'm saying is that is why we point accusing finger on Mr. President. Because if Mr. President mean well for Nigerians, it will not take him time to allow like Amateku or any other state security arrangement to bear arms. We have seen the recent outburst by a faceless Fulani group against Delta government, against Delta state. telling the governor that under 72 hours he should rescind his decision. He should reverse his support for anti-open grazing. And here we are, the president is not speaking up. We saw the killing that happened at Iganga in Ibarapa North local government area of Oyo State. The president never condemned it. And we are seeing the dexterity and effrontery of the Fulani since Mr. President made that statement where he said he has ordered the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice in place of Malami to kickstart the process of recovering grazing routes. I think since he made that statement, the Fulani have been energized. And we can see it in their activities, in their utterances, in everywhere, in everything they do. So that's why we say that Mr. President is a president of the North.
Okay.
He should purge himself of that ethnicity.
Any rounding off?
The rounding off statement I would say is that let us have state police. It can never be better than now. Or if you don't want us to have it, divide the country, let the Hausa, the Igbo, the Yoruba go their separate ways so that they can decide on how to police their people. Thank you very much.
Very much, thank you. Let me greet our people. We have Abe, we see you. Victor Obuike, So Easy Exclusive. And also we have Donald Oden and also Victor Obuike, Promise TV, Henry Best, Kambasi, Eric Info, wonderful guy. Also Victor Obuike. Thank you for your comments. And also I want you to keep on bringing those comments in. I have my wonderful, intelligent and exclusive guy. Mr. Samuel.
Mr. Christian, good morning. Good morning, viewers at home. Thanks for your comment and your observation.
Okay.
Good morning.
I've been disturbed by our borrowings. The question I asked, how are we going to come out of this debt?
Well, I think to start with, you can't give what you don't have as a people. So when those in the affairs of leadership don't have what it takes to pilot a better country, so they can't give what they don't have. So except it's obvious now from the leadership mentality and the discussion of those we have from their utterances and how they've been able to handle democracy, politics, the military, the educational sector, the infrastructural. So when you do a basis of comparison, can they really give what they don't have? So it is not surprising that a government which party members campaigned how $1 would turn to £1 in 2014 precisely, how they will revamp the economy from mono economy to diversification, which was theoretical, how the president will lead from the front and fight Boko Haram since he was the general, the London general, how he will, in fact, the promises, and you know what, internet has made it very easy to always play back their record is on YouTube, how they openly display their level of intellectual dwarfness, of intellectual stupidity in public. And but to be factual, the indices were there that the oil prices were declining. So I was expecting a rigorous conversation on how they are going to cope considering a mono economy, but nobody was asking those questions. Oh, common sensical, if you do ECN 100 level, you would have known that these things are not achievable. Now they are just gallivanting and making noise on the media, and some people with their level of intelligence also was for they were falling in line with their theoretical manifestos that can never be achieved. Then coupled with the fact that a government came into place 6 months later, you now constituted a government. So what would have happened to your economy in 6 months? It's commonsensical. So some of these things are not new. The worst is yet to come. I said this in 2014 for those who were in school that before 2023, $100 will go for 500. And I'm saying it publicly, before 2027, $100 will be approaching 1,000. That's why I want to leave the country, so that when you send $100 or $200, it turns to big money here. So that's why people want to travel out. That's the major essence of living. Because when you have a leadership structure that is deficient, that is highly political, that is sentimental, that encourage mediocrity, that encourage 100 level jam score to 250 jam score, that encourages a 1964 promulgation to a recent grazing whereby countries of the world with the highest numbers of cows, India has 305 million cows, and yet they are not doing open grazing. If you take the topmost countries, about 17 countries with the highest numbers of cows, Nigeria is not among the first 20 countries. So when you have those kind of leadership, you now say the country, if China will buy over Nigeria, not go and check what is happening to Zambia. So the point is, when a people, you borrow $2.02 billion and you are servicing $2 billion with $1 billion. So it shows the level of intelligence of those handling the macro and microeconomic indices of Nigeria. So what do I debate? When the money you use in servicing the loan itself is almost half of the loan you've collected. So what level of intellectual madness that has been? So that's why when I read the headline, I was telling somebody that they should collect more. Actually, the money we are supposed to get from loan is about $5 billion. So we've been able to get 2 billion. Of it, from the 2 billion, the amount we use in servicing is 1 billion. So invariably, what that means is, if we access the remaining 5 billion, we'll be using about 2.6 billion as servicing. And here's the condition. The condition to the loan stipulate that your sovereign independence can be taken on some critical sectors of the economy. If you can't be able to pay, even if you pay a reasonable amount,
your sovereign independence.
Your sovereign independence as Nigeria as a single nation,
okay,
is based on the cost of the loan.
It's at stake.
It's at stake. Meaning, just like what happened in Zambia, when the country was not able to pay the loan from Chinese moved in and took over critical sectors that were threatening the national sovereignty of Zambia. There were some roads in Zambia, for those who have been following Africa economics and politics, for some of us, there were some roads that the Chinese government blocked that Zambian citizens do not even have access to. They asked Amechi that question in one of the interviews in Arise. He waved it off. What his only reply was that people that owe loans should be paying. So the condition of this loan simply signifies that there are key sectors of our economy, even that cut across close to security aspect, that the Chinese can put their leg at. These are the sectors. They've outlined it now, it's clear.
I mean, our oil sector can be
any sector now. They're not right to put there. Now your port is part of it. Now go and read. If you check the condition of the loan, collateral of the loan, in case you can't pay, these sectors we outlined. And it's not a news that we have people that still moved ahead to sign the document. So you can't give what you don't have. It shows the level of the thinking of the kind of people you have. So discussing the loan, what do you expect from a Buhari administration with the campaign himself and the people that surround the economy? In fairness to the PDP, not because they were better off on some issues too. They really did not give us good God. They drove us to this part. They had more technocrats in terms of their ministerial portfolios. That was why Obasanjo was able to bring some people from World Bank, from African Development Bank, to clear up some things. But when you compare that to a political structure like the APC that really do not have so many differences, in terms of technocratic portfolios of these people, head to head, let's pair them. Minister of Finance, Minister of Agri, head to head with that. Some of those he had nowhere to be placed. So that is why this government is worse than anyone since 1999.
And yet, Nigerian needs leader that will unite the country, Oshibajo.
Oshibajo should go and sit down. He's a professor of law that does not know his left from right. When he was campaigning in 2014, what did he say? He said they will give leadership to Nigerians that the Nigerian lack leadership. If you read his book in University of Lagos, it's a pity that we've known some of these people for years before they got to political office. He wrote a book. I'm trying to remember the book in University of Lagos, even back then. And in fact, I attended one of his inaugural lecture. He was outrightly condemning the then administration. So he comes back as a man of God with double standard and hypocrisy. And he's now saying that Nigerian leader. So what is he doing if he's not a leader? He should leave the post now. I just discovered that he's not a leader. He was only running his mouth because Oshibaji, if you read his profile, was very good in debates from when he was in school. So he was only running his mouth because as a student of debate, literary and debating society, he has won almost the whole debate, even represented the University of Lagos in international law competition. So he was running his mouth as a theoretical debater, not as one. If I was in the position of Oshibaji, I would resign and leave the presidency. If the kitchen is too hot for you, you leave. We don't have men of honor. They are only men of pastors in mouth and not in practice. They are part of the system. Some of us don't believe in this Christianity. According to Karl Marx, it's only an opinion of the masses to deceive the poor who have not been enlightened. Those that even brought Christianity don't take it like this. So that's why when somebody like Oshibaji is talking, it's a disgrace to intellectual consciousness of somebody like us. That some of these people don't have reputation. So if he needs a leader, he is talking. What has he shown as an exemplary leadership after the attack in Southwest by Fulani S-men? What has he shown as an exemplary leaders after the ban on Twitter? Adeboye, his church pastor, our pastor, tweeted, and Malami and some others were saying they want to arrest. As Oshibajo made a statement, if it comes to a statement that touches political caliphate, it will be silent. But when it comes to a statement that is going to talk and create a blunder that does not have a significant effect on the system, he will open his mouth and start running his mouth. Maybe we should go and play his political clip in 24. These people should not be talking because they've only taught the youth of how to be hypocritical in nature, how to use religion and your political affiliation to get to position and do something else, rather than doing the honorable thing that leave a professor of law, a pastor, who in this administration is their burden of proof than Oshibajo. There's nobody. So as long as a pastor, so-called pastor, can sit down there and enjoy this thing, my dear, what has the youth learned? We've learned to be hypocritical and have double standards. We've learned to be men of deceit. We've learned to use the academics as a way of getting to position. And when we get there, we will only say the other thing overnight. As a leader, what has he done? Following his campaign promises and what we've achieved today. Oshibajo is one of those people that have allowed logic of education to be a mockery. I've listened to some of his speech, and most of them in this cabinet are very educated and well exposed. I'm disappointed with the level of education. It has gotten to time we'll start testing the actual comprehension ability of some university graduates. It is a pity that we have this kind of people in leadership.
Okay. Is he a prophecy of doom, a prophet of doom? Wole Soyinka is saying that Nigeria may not last next year.
No, Wole Soyinka is saying the obvious facts. Now, Wole Soyinka was one of those few people that was much more factual in the incidents that happened in the Biafran Civil War. So, as an elder statesman, he has been able to see the pros and the cons. He has been able to see where we've got into as a democratic state. He witnessed the war. He's seen what is happening. So, Wole Soyinka has been able to predict so well that this thing, you don't even need Wole Soyinka to tell us that it's not working. And if the so-called political, just like Makinde said, constitutional amendment is political. It has no meaning. If this political, let's keep a time frame between June and December. The president would have access to police, state police. He would have done the constitution that for any time a northerner is the president, a part of the south will be vice. The part of the south that is vice will not be the part that will produce the next. We should sign it into law between June and December 2021 to take effect. We will now know we are serious people. If not so, see, the country has never been one. It is a mere geographic entity, according to Obafemi Awolowo. Go and read the statement of Tafawa Balewa of Nigeria. Go and read the statement of Nnamdi Azikiwe. These people, as founding fathers, have never expressed Nigeria to be one at every point in time. Although they have greedy interest of ruling the one Nigeria anyway, which is a fact that cannot be taken away from them. Go and check their biographies. None of the leaders have ever stood together on a podium and accepted that Nigeria was ever one. From 19... In fact, rather that what you're seeing was a part of Nigeria before independence wanted to pull out. After independence, the rise and fall of Isaac Adakaboro wanted to pull out, which was the Niger Delta. Later, it was the Biafran. At a point, it was the middle belt, the north center, that wanted. So there's never any point in Nigeria, any part of Nigeria has never wanted to pull out from this nation. So the truth is, from the statement of Obafemi Awolowo, Nigeria is a mere geographic entity, to the statement of Tafawa Balewa, to the statement of Nnamdi Azikiwe, although as leaders they wanted to rule the big Nigeria, deep down, they all identify to the fact that we've never been one.
Okay.
It is a mere fact. So historians can come out and tell you that Awo wanted to be Awo of Africa. Fine, as a political achievement to him, he wanted to. But deep down in him, there were expressions that clearly signifies that he accepted the fact that at the end of the day, that Nigeria was never, and Nigeria can never be one. Okay. Except we just keep ourselves deceiving ourselves on this theoretical nation. Nigeria don't have the content of a nation. Theoretically, Nigeria is a nation. Practically, we don't have any futures. The custom, the religion, the beliefs, the norm, the political activation, the language, the border. The thing that divides us are more than what unites us. Forget those theoretical understanding that what unites us is more. There's nothing uniting us than the political elite that are eating from the system.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chukwu. I remain myself, Mr. Samuel.
Thank you. Even Tinubu self know that Nigeria may not be one.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My dear, I love you all. Good morning.
Alpha, how are
I'm
you?
fine.
We are owing 33 trillion naira.
That is their own father debt now. Their children debt.
We are owing 33 trillion naira.
That's why I say it's for their father debt. But my concern is this: that money they are borrowing, who are paying the money? Who will pay the money? Me and you, we have been paying the money. That's why you see increase of different kind of thing. When you come to VAT is where you are paying the money. The government are not paying anything. And the money said they are not reforming the VAT to where they borrow the money from. You understand? So that is to show you that. That's why I see that all those who are crying. Soyinka is one of the problems we have in this country. With Obasanjo Abi, yes, Obasanjo, Tinubu, El-Rufai, who are those again? Buhari own himself. He himself just dot himself for Aso Rock. I think say Igbo are just like a dot. Him, as he did too, is just like a dot. Pankwe. You know they call Pankwe. They don't put a mark for that Aso Rock. For him to threaten other region. What annoys me more is this. Every day, morning and night, Buhari will come and say he support open grazing. Why the whole region in this country stand against what? Open grazing. Because of the wickedness. Because of the wickedness of the Fulani people. They are very wicked and heartless. Those people have an agenda. The agenda is that they want to cripple Nigeria, every region, and take over it by force, by fire. But for the youth, we will not allow it. In my own region, no. I don't know for the west, I don't know for the east. But in our own region, nothing, herdsmen can never penetrate it.
How can we pay for these debts? How can we pay?
Okay, anyhow they want to pay the debt, let them pay it. The debt of Nigeria never concern me because they never know the money they borrow. Who spend the money? Am I the one? Have I benefited anything? Have I benefited anything from them?
Someone said they will use cow.
They let the cow to give to China now so that maybe if China collect their cow, they may reduce the debt. If World Bank collect the cow, they may reduce the debt. But for me, the borrowing, all these things did not concern me because I know we have make up our mind. That's why Ngige, he was just saying that Igbo have been brainwashed by Biafra agitation. He himself, Ngige have been brainwashed by herdsmen, Buhari and Anko, so that they'll be killing their brother in the east for the herdsmen. And you want, who is Ngige? Ngige can never speak that Igbo people will listen to him like Nnamdi Kanu. You don't know? That's why all those are crying that we will not see another democracy again. Yes, it's sure. Because what you see on Saturday, June 12th celebration, there is police brutality, beating people, pushing people, point checkers in the face of people. Upon all the answers, police have never learned their lesson. If they learn lesson, what happened on Saturday will not be happen. What they will be doing, the checkers will wait for the hoolom that want to hijack the protest. But they use the checkers on the peaceful protester. And they are happy. They are now forming Jagaban after they start now. You know that many police stations they born during NSAS have not been built. You know so? Have they built it? They have not been built. But the same government tell them that they should come back to work under rain, sun, rain will fall. They place no roof, no hiding place, and they are happy we're gone. My brother, the problem we have is some mentality. You know that I said before let them do psychiatric test for everybody, but they no gree do am. Now everybody here don scatter.
All Nigerians or our politicians?
All politicians say they are everybody. That one knows say they are demon. No, our politicians are demon. Where you see no demon, demon can do anything to inlet, to frustrate somebody. That is the evil we have, the devil we have in this country is who? The government. Devil cannot come from anywhere to attack you. But the frustration of this government, Nigeria government, is more than the devil himself. You don't understand? So that's why, you know, that time that Asari Tokubo was coming out campaign that he want to support Biafra, I warned Nnamdi Kanu, I warned the Biafra dictator that they should be very careful of Asari Tokubo. He's a bribe taker. Government have bribed him. Now he come out to say Nnamdi Kanu is a fraud, Nnamdi Kanu is a criminal, Nnamdi Kanu is a thief. You don't understand? So there's somebody that is struggling for his people, like Ngige. They cannot speak, that Igbo will listen. All the governor, 5 governors in the east, cannot give order and the people will listen unless they use security force to push the people. But when Nnamdi Kanu, anywhere he is, me, I'm not an Igbo, but I love him so much. I love what he's fighting for. He's fighting for freedom. He's fighting for the freedom of the people, not to take what belongs to them. How many people have contributed to Biafra in Lagos State? They are not contributing anything. But Nnamdi Kanu is funding what is doing with those people in diaspora that support that. Divination of the Biafra is one of their best targets, not the one Nigeria. One Nigeria is a scam. That's why you see everything in Nigeria are turned to scam. You don't understand? So forget all those people making noise.
Nigeria need leaders who will unite the country. That's Mosibajo.
Where is him? Is he not among the leaders? Why can't they not unite this country? If shame is all of the, you know that when somebody have lose his sense, they will be talking rubbish out. Who will unite the country? Is it me and you? I love what Oni of Ife said the time that they have a meeting with all the security stakeholder, Senate president, speaker. The man tell them something. I have it in my phone. He tell them that word that the man said to them is a true fact. A senator cannot walk freely on the road now. A representative cannot walk freely on the road because of what? Who long? And the people that they are push away, they push the youth away. The youth are not benefiting anything. You know that when you are hungry, you'll be angry. That is what is happening in this country now. And when it happens, the government will come and say they are hoolum, they are talk, they are this thing. But why can't you not? Those hoolum you are calling, are they not human beings? Are they spirit? They are the people that they need to feed themselves and feed their family. You understand? But when nothing come out again to feed their family, what do you expect them to do? They will go into crime. And that's why I see that Nigeria can never be better again. Because of the selfish interest of our leaders.
We don't need leaders that will unite the country.
Which country they won't unite? You don't know that if another president come, another evil will start again from another region. You don't know. When Buhari have not come to power, do you hear anything about Fulani want to take over everybody's land? Do you hear it? But when Buhari come, he recruit the herdsmen. One day to take over, they take over Mali, they take over Chad, they take over Ethiopia, many places. And when they go there, they go in the mindset to kill them and take what belongs to them. Then you can't expect me that we should fold our hands. And I call them my brother. We brother. We are enemy.
Your enemy.
That we are not enemy. You know that one Hausa man here in this Ogba, he tell me something that like him now, if they bring person like Jonathan come again, he will vote. Say because Buhari Pikin before he dey smoke Igbo for Abuja, that day I forget the name of that place. Say Buhari Pikin is an Igbo smoker, drug addict. You understand? But now his father-in-law is the president. They are not happy. Feel free because they are stealing our money and give to their children. Can you see any politician son outside? Can't see them.
Okay. Any final running of statement?
See, the final, my problem is that God is angry with the country right now. That's why you are a country that bloodshed has become one of their number one priority. They will not do anything about it. No, bloodshed everywhere. You see, and who are those who sharing the blood? You hear Ifrani herdsmen, Ifrani herdsmen will go to this state and kill our father and kill mother and kill the children and rape our mother, and the president is there supporting open grazing. We should give our land back to them again so that they will take over and they rape our children, our mother, our sister, our uncle, kill them with somebody that is not sick. When you see all of them, they come with bitterness. Jonathan make one statement in 2015, that campaign time. He said, those people that are clamoring for change, you have not changed yourself. You can't change somebody. He said because that 2019, what he see in them is bitterness and hatred. As if somebody have taken something from them. But now they are in that seat of power, they cannot do anything. You know understand? The seat of power now is in their palm hand. It is now in their palm hand. They are now causing hatred, anger in the midst of the people. Nigeria government, Buhari, even the Senate President, Speaker of House of Assembly, Malami, they had to kneel down and beg the country. You don't understand? They will beg the youth, plead with them not.
And resign.
And resign. Because they are not doing anything. All of them, Buhari, as he did for that office, is not doing anything. Only what he's doing is borrow, killing. He promote killing every day. That's why Buhari don't want. He has told the whole world that he cannot fight his brother. Say because the salesman is his brother. Say yes, he's among the Fulani. He said it openly in national TV. And we have Mumu governor in the east and south, still romancing with them, laughing because of 13%. But the oil is coming from the east and south. And you want me to be laughing with such people? They will take it. And the worst thing, anointing, they are not developing the north. Who is eating the money? Their children and their family. And you want me to be happy with them?
Okay.
Nigeria will divide before next year democracy day. Bet me. Because
Nigeria will divide.
Will divide because there is nothing like democracy. Now, what we are now is democracies. Democracies and killing. Now, democracies we deal like not like democracy anymore. Many countries enjoy democracy.
Okay.
That is why they have fundamental right to protest. But when you come to Nigeria, either they use army against you or they use police against you.
Okay.
And we are, okay.
Thank you very much.
I pity those our brother will be police and soldier. I'm not against you, but you have to use your brain. Before the herdsmen kill all of you overnight, he will shock you now. And very soon, those our governor, if they carry the proof for meeting, they will just bomb all of them finish because they don't know anything.
Thank you very much.
They are just after 13%.
Thank you very much.
God help everybody. I love everybody. My viewer shall be well with everybody. I thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful one. I have another great man. Mr. Raphael. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother.
I've been worried.
Why?
Over the debts Nigeria has incurred. 33 trillion naira. How would Nigeria come out of this with the government we have in place?
Yes, what happened actually was there was impunity in that sector of the economy. If you borrow money, or if IMF, World Bank, or whatever financial organization it is, lends you money, you use the money lent to you properly, judiciously. There's nothing wrong in borrowing, but if you borrow, make use of what you borrowed money for. I borrow money for my business. They borrow to me, they lend to me, I borrow from them for my business. Then I use it for my business. Nobody will ever hear that someone lent me money. But if I misuse the money, I might be taken to the police. I will go and settle myself, settle the person I owe money. So what happened in Nigeria is that reckless borrowing from China should be blamed, because China has ulterior motive by lending those money to the country. China want to occupy everywhere. Let me tell you, I think it was either Senegal or Gambia, the people that lent money last year, or Zambia, that said, come and take. I don't know what I understand. Come and take what we use the money, the infrastructure. Come and carry it, go to China. Okay, they pursue China. So what I'm trying to say now is that China has seen that we have a vegetable as president. Vegetable. His head, not vegetable. So China was busy since last year, lending Nigeria money up to the tune of 2.something billion. I think you understand. Now, how does China think Nigeria is going to pay the money? the kind of external debt we incurred from the era of Obasanjo, not even Obasanjo, era of Babangida to Abacha, I think understand, which translated Nigeria being the most owing country then. I don't know whether I understand. But then we had God on our side in the person of Okonjo-Iweala during Obasanjo regime. We now do what? Offset those bills. Those money lending institutions did what? They cancelled our bill. Some of them, you understand, our debt. That was during Obasanjo regime. Okonjo-Iweala was then our finance minister. They cancelled this bill. We were let off the hook. Abi, we remove our head. What happened now? Someone won an election that was not based on competence. They just from the stag of where they are really, I don't know how to describe him. From a cattle enclosure, remove a cow and made him what? Mr. President, who values the lives of cow more than the lives of Nigerians. Now he started borrowing like somebody that don't have brain. Who is Nigerian finance minister when this borrow started? Kemi Adeochu. Where is Kemi Adeochu now? Absconded to UK. The second person that replaced Kemi Adeochu, who is she? A Fulani bloody woman who doesn't know anything about finances.
No, she
economy doesn't know.
She's schooled. She's schooled.
She went to where?
She went to school.
It doesn't matter, Oga, let me tell you. Some went to school. Some went to school to read. Some just went to school. We have come to school. Yes, we have come to school. At the end of the day, what? Asambodo, certificate. They carry Asambodo, go home. That woman that is there, is she there based on merit or is she there based on political appointments? Nigerian finance minister doesn't know anything about economy. Make Obi of Anambra State finance minister of this country. My brother, within how many days that money will be off? No, we must pay bigger amount of that money. Obi will tell you that we have been messing ourselves, uselessing ourselves, misusing our money. Obi will know how to handle the economy of this country, and that bill will be offset, that debt. Make somebody in the person of Femi Adochina, the man that was managing African Development Bank before, I don't know whether currently, Oga, within some periods of time, that money will be paid. Oga, you make appointments, you appoint people based on merit. Competence. Oga, Buhari appointed Fachola, who was a son, lawyer, minister of what? Works and housing, power. Fachola does not know how to fix battery if battery spoil. Ordinary wiring here, he doesn't know. What has a lawyer to do with electricity? Fachola stayed there, all of a sudden, all his hair turned to white. The man keep on scratching his head. He could not scratch out any solution to NEPA's big problem in Nigeria. Natural Electricity Power Authority. Now, the very first day they employed Fachola, he scratched his head though. Fachola could not scratch out a solution towards arresting the situation or the problem we have with power project in Nigeria. Before, maybe he has bowed out, maybe they have brought another person, I don't know. So, China has bought Nigeria. I'm telling you, the whole project, see, debt servicing alone, goop, 1.993 point something billion naira, approximately, this, I'm just making a figure, but mathematically, it is 1 trillion. You don't say 1.99, no, 9 point, no. It is approximately 1 trillion. Servicing of our debts can do budget for almost 5 to 6 states in Nigeria. Debt servicing. States. Yes, it's true now, just debt servicing. Debt servicing. Look, Fulani has gone this far to destroy the economy of this country. Yes, thank you, I'm blaming the Fulanis. If Buhari could be an Ogun State man from Ikene, I would have blamed Yoruba. If Buhari could come from Owerri, I would have blamed Igbos. That is me. As far as I'm concerned, Mr. President is from Fulani extraction. Mr. Blair, president is a killer because Fulani people are killing. Fulani people are guilty of killing, maiming and killing of farmers in Nigeria. So who am I to blame Yoruba? Who am I to blame Yoruba? Is he from Yoruba land? If it could be Obasanjo, I would say na Yoruba. Immediately I will blame Owu people in Abeokuta. The vice president is a puppet, stooge, conky, robot. Do you understand?
Okay,
are you listening to me? The person of Ochibanjo is not a human being anymore. I don't regard him. No. When Atiku was there, Obasanjo started telling us about third agenda. Atiku fought him to stupor. Atiku fought Obasanjo to the extent of coming out with their shady deals, document they used to transact shady deals, then and publish it on the front page of newspaper. Okay, there is, go to the archives and see it. So don't tell me that Ochibanjo is just a vice. Classroom professor could not do anything. Speaking English does not solve Nigerian problem. If you speak English from now till tomorrow, the economy has dilapidated. The economy remains like that. Your English language doesn't change it. What changes economy is practical. Practices. See, pure practices, pure character that demonstrates, that can translate into viable, reliable, favorable economy. The results. That is a good experiment that demonstrates. You don't speak English and change Nigeria economy. You don't speak English and change Nigeria security. You don't speak English and change the way federal characters have been handled in this present regime. They give appointment anyhow, based on their brothers, sisters. So that's why I'm blaming Fulani. Ochibanjo being there doesn't matter anymore. The man is
Can
just
we
there.
come out of this?
Yes, we can come out of this. We can come out of this. We can remove our head from this, because I know that the current democracy in Nigeria is no longer democracy, but demonstration of crisis and the craziness. We are in democracy. We are in democracy. We are demonstrating madness from all sections of the country. In the north there, they are invading us from Fulani axis. Fulani invited their brothers from Mali, Futajelon Highlands to invade Nigeria. Then in southwest here, most of the governors are still paying obeisance and kowtowing to their Hausa oligarchy masters. Instead of addressing the issue at hand, they go to north there, collect bribe and be laughing, showing us teeth. Somebody like Foyemi, the governor of 8 states. I don't bloody care. Then in the southeast there, somebody like Uzodimba, Hope Uzodimba, instead of addressing the issue at hand, he still shows us that he was made governor there that day as a result of his uncle or brother's competence in thwarting justice, in the person of late Abba Kyari. Now he's a Supreme Court governor. Now he is Fulani governor. He cannot address the issue at hand in Igbo land now. The only thing he could do is inviting the military to kill the people of Olo people. Olo people. The people, or were the people, everybody in Imo State, bombardment. People are not sleeping again in Igbo land because we have useless governors. All of them. I'm not blaming only him. With his colleague, somebody like Okeze Bazu, Umahi, who also Demba. Do you understand? Enugu State governor. See, they killed today one Fulani herdsmen attack in Enugu community. They killed one, abducted 6, and they are demanding for 10 million naira ransom.
In Enugu State?
In Enugu State. So it is interwoven. I'm blaming everybody. Because had it been our elders, Ohaneze, Afani Fere, and the rest are not going to the north, they are kowtowing, bowing down from them, taking whatever they give them, that is bribe, envelope, big Ghana must go, this issue will not have degenerated to this kind of stuff. So, as we are saying, can we get out from this? That is where we are. The only way, the only solution, getting out from this problem is, that is where I still stand. Nigeria is a mere geographical expression. Courtesy, Baba Awolowo, I love that. Nigeria does not exist. The arrangement called Nigeria is a fake, is a fluke, is a scam. The only solution to our problem is what? Disintegration.
Is that your final?
My final say is that Igbo man should go back to Southeast. Igbo man should go and mind his various businesses. Answer Biafra there, be your Biafra. Oduduwa Republic has come to say, State Federal Republic of Oduduwa, Southwest. The North, whatever, Hausa brothers, whatever name you like, call yourself, maybe in Arewa or whatever. Fine, mid-belt, your own. Nigeria has failed. The arrangement here is fake. Fulani has not succeeded on Ruga. Now they are looking for open grazing and grazing route again. They are trying to force it on us. These infidels, they are from Futajolan Island. They are all over Africa. They scatter all over Africa. The arrangement has failed. Their plan has failed. They are scheming. Awola Hanala. No.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Rafi. I have Mr. Kule with me.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing, man?
Fine.
How's the work? Keep
Looking,
going there. Keep going. Let the good work. Keep going, man. Yeah, keep up the good work, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. Nigeria needs leaders who will unite the country from Osibajo.
My brother, I think Mr. Oshibajo, Professor Oshibajo, should just pack his luggage and go to his constituency where he belongs. To let him stop disgracing himself. Let that Oshibajo stop disgracing himself. He should pack his luggage, resign, and go back to his constituency, which is.
He should resign as.
Yes, and go back as a lecturer. He was before.
Okay.
He's not fit for political jargons that he's mixing up with now. Let him resign and go his way jejely. If he does not want himself to be disgraced, because the way I'm seeing things now, I could show you one post now where Buhari was challenging him that VP, I learned you gave them VP head,
Vice President of Nigeria.
Vice President of Nigeria in substitute of tutor. Is that an educated president? So he himself that is a professor, they will ridicule him and turn him to nuisance. I beg, let that man's case stay aside for a while now.
Nigeria is owing 32 trillion naira, and the debt may plunge Nigeria into bankruptcy.
That is what I'm really interested in. The PDP they are talking to, they are culprits of it. Sure, you know, all of them, all the leaders, excluding Obasanjo. Obasanjo, because of Okonjo-Iweala. Obasanjo used them to go all around and meet our lenders, the World Bank, the IMF, the IMF, the World Bank, and the other donors, other lenders. They went around for debt forgiveness. And that woman, wherever she is today, I still pray for God to reserve her soul, so that she may still be useful, if not for Nigeria as a whole, but for different. If a Oduduwa nation come to be, that woman may be useful as a consultant.
She's in charge of the World Trade.
Yeah, World Trade Organization. And if Biafra come to be, the woman will be useful. Because what I'm looking at is 2023. Instead of preparing for election, why not prepare ourselves for disintegration? Let everybody go their way. Prepare for ourselves for separations. Because I cannot bear additional 4 years of madness governance. Mind you, if they bring Boris Johnson, or was it the UK Prime Minister, or you bring Joe Biden down to this Nigeria to come and rule, it can never get things right. Because the foundation is rotten. There's even no foundation. All of them, they are just ruling on a default foundation. And that is why corruption will just be growing up like monsters. Look at all this money they are borrowing. You're going to China, you are borrowing. Yesterday, if you really attentive to what is going on, global news, the G7, they know the Chinese more than we do. They had a meeting because of them. Because the infiltration they are using to penetrate weak economies of Africa in order to recolonize Africa. And that is what is happening. It's happened in Zambia. Zambia borrowed money from China. They could not pay. All their assets were seized. Nigeria, the agreement China signed with Amechi, which Amechi is a particle of it, is like, if you guys default to pay your debts, your assets will be seized. All the oil you have in Niger Delta Because this mumu that are borrowing all this money, they never think, look at that. All the oil you have in Niger Delta, they are the one doing the trade. Are they not the one doing the trade? It's same your trade they will use to ship the oil from. That's the agreement to ship your natural resources down to Shanghai. You get what I'm saying? When they get to train, there will be a vessel through train to ports, Nigerian Ports Authority, or Intel. What's it called? What's the Bonny Island? What's that one in Intel? Where Intel is in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
They use one of those, seaports to ship your natural resources. Then their vessel will be waiting to transport your oil to go and sell. And these guys that are borrowing this money, half of this money is being looted. That is why I tell you, no matter how, if you bring the best president into this country, the system cannot work. Let everybody go their separate way. Me, I don't want to have another 4 years of headache or another 16 years of blackouts in Nigeria. I think we are celebrating how many years of democracy now? Since we ushered ourselves into democracy, I've been celebrating years of democracy with darkness. And if you're in darkness, what will you be witnessing? Evil. So I'm tired of the so-called Nigeria as it is. Not even the situation you have now that the cow life matter than the human life. Not even the situation that is occupy cow operation, occupy cow, Nigerian space. Cow occupy operation, cow occupy Nigerian space. That is what is going on now. So I cannot be competing with animals as the system is. They are cows now. Cow is even, they value cow more than you. The way things are going now, this current government value cow more than you. That is why
they have open grazing.
Open grazing. Who are the owner of these cows? They are the power brokers, the people you call your leaders. They are the owner. Look at all these retired generals. That is their job. After retirement, they rear cows. And they are the one, they know themselves, they know what is going on, except they are just hiding it for you guys. How do the Fulani herdsmen possess AK-47? Is an average Fulani man so sophisticated to know the shop they sell AK-47? There are some people equipping them, and they want to tell them, see, with this gun, anybody that come your way, shoot them down, shut them down. Is that the kind of country I'll be staying? And mind you, I had one bitter experience yesterday. Even the mosquitoes in Nigeria, they are protesting now. They feasted on me yesterday throughout. Just to know, even the cockroach, what's it called, rats in Nigeria, they are protesting likewise. Not only human beings.
Against what?
Against bad administration. Against
Naira to go
chop. Rats who are hungry.
Any rounding up statement?
You see, the rounding up is, my brother, what you should be looking at is 2023 comes. If there's going to be any send-off for all the
kids, Nigeria may not survive.
That is the same point we are saying now.
Calling 2023.
2023.
Is it not next 2 years?
That's the election time now. Okay. That's time for election. Let us use it. If the handshake, if it will require handshake, let us shake ourselves. Say, guy, enough of this united destruction Nigeria. Let everybody go their way. Bye bye, Mr. Shehu, Mr. Nnamdi, Mr. Adewale. Good to see you. I may come and visit you in your place so time, because this system we are practicing now, my brother, till eternity will come. Now so suffer head go they go. Now so maladministration go they go. Now so embezzlement go they go. And it will be the rich versus the poor, the political powers versus the oppressed.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kunle.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
I have Mr. Chigozie with me. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Christian.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Soyinka is saying that Nigeria may not celebrate another democracy day. That is, we have a lifespan of 8-9 months.
Well, okay. Well, that is his opinion, right? I'm not. I'm not disputing his position because I think he has come in terms with the reality. He was one of those who rallied around Buhari during 2015. He, they called him, they supposed Mr. Integrity, Mr. Fix It, Mr. No, all-knowing Mr. President. But unfortunately, before their faces, he has spilled dirty water on them. So I still salute his courage for standing out, unlike other people who are still living in deception. I think his position is not far-fetched because what is happening suggests, I mean, clearly indicates that we don't have a country, let alone waiting for the next democracy day. Nigeria is not existing. And when the blind leads the blind, disaster is inevitable. You see, that is just a picture of Nigerian states. You have the blind leading the blind. You say, what do you expect? It's a monumental catastrophe, disaster in the highest dimension, order. So it's not a surprise that what you are seeing, I reiterated some points yesterday that which clearly indicates that Nigeria has failed as a state. Now the governors are now crying that Nigeria is sliding to bankruptcy. Nigeria is already, I'm even richer than Nigeria. If you dare me, I will prove it to you.
I don't want to dare you.
I am not living on borrowing, Mr. Christian.
I don't want to dare you.
I think as I'm now, even though I have got it to sip, God provides that for me. I have that peace of mind. I have that freedom. But Nigeria is indebted to the tune of, even though you dispose Nigeria now, nobody, you will not see a buyer. You will not see somebody that will come to buy Nigeria. Because he said, now, bad market. One of my friends will say, monumental boom, boom, boom. Nigeria is a bad market. Nobody will want to, risk his life. Even Nigeria is not even at this stage. It's not even insurable. I'm an insurer practitioner. Immediately I left teaching, I have to move on with insurance company. So Nigeria at this stage is not even insurable. No insurance firm will want to insure Nigeria because
there are countries that are ready to borrow Nigeria money.
Which country? Where are they borrowing now? Last time I think they went to China. China said they should sign their death warrant. To the extent that even the Amechi, the so-called minister of what did they call it?
Transportation.
Minister of Transportation. You have transportation network. He said it was in public domain that he doesn't know the contents of that agreement. That he was not aware that it is even indicts the country. Something that was written in China's inscription. They have to sign it because of how desperate and frustrated they were. They have no other money to feast on. The governors, your governors, are not crying because there is no order for security. We have to get security votes. They are now lamenting that the country is sliding to bankruptcy. We're already in the state of insolvency, where you cannot pay the arrears of your retirees. You cannot fix even the current those in active service are being held arrears in most of the states. You see, what is working? We don't have viable industry. They have gone moribund, in comatose. Look at the power sector that should drive the economy. It's even epilepsy. The power sector is apocalyptic or whatever you call it. It's not whatever. What do you call it, gonorrhea? Nigeria, I mean, is in fact in a hot soup. So the only way for them, I mean, to salvage the remaining surviving whatever breath, to save the remaining breath is let everybody say. Of course, I wouldn't be saying about secession. Nigeria already have splitted because we are faced with economics, social disaster. We are faced with insecurity. People are hungry. People are not safe. There is no most. Even Dangote is broke. The supposed the richest black man. He have to retrench over how many thousands workers in his company. So Dangote he's trying to see a way to survive. Even in the country as rich as he is, he have to retrench so many workers. You see, it's quite unfortunate. Most of the companies they are downsizing by fire by force because they can no longer cope up. So how do you create jobs? You see, you made a promise you will create more jobs to absorb the teeming unemployed populace, predominantly the youths. They are roaming about. Now, if you tell us the youths are lazy, what have you done to fix the economy? You see, you have access to our commonwealth. You drive the policies. So, what do you, have to blame the youths for your incompetency, for your failure, for your mismanagement? I have to blame the so-called National Assembly. They are all blind. Probably they will not have any other whatever to assent to, so that they will have their own courts. It's quite unfortunate. No, I keep on repeating it. What do you have to be proud of this country? Even in diaspora, somebody confided in me, said that if you're unemployed, there will be provisions for you made by the government, depending on when you secured a good job. Even there are some loans you can access and you pay off once you have a viable job, provided you are a graduate or you have a promising skill. But yeah, they will even keep the skill. You see, the cost of production is at the high, is increasing on daily basis. Something you bought for 20 naira, the next day will escalate to 100 naira, 50 naira. Then how do you survive? Look at the exchange rate? That will show you that Nigeria is already dead to dollar. About 501 or thereabouts. You see, in the black market, even the whatever you call it, the banks, I think it is 405 or 450 or whatever, thereabout. What does that indicate? That we are not viable. The Nigerian states are not viable. I'm more viable than them. They should come let me borrow them money. I think if you have to contribute, I contribute. We can see how we can lend them.
What is the solvency? What is the way forward? Is there a way forward?
The way forward is, for them, is disaster. Why? Because the blind is leading the blind. And disaster is inevitable. That is what we are trapped in. And of course, if that disaster will pave a way for a new nation, I may want to salute that. That is the only way possible. Biafra, Oduduwa, or nothing else. Okay. All hail Biafra.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All hail Oduduwa.
Very much.
Have a great day, Mr. Christian.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chigose. I have my Oga.
Good morning, viewers at home.
Good morning,
Oga.
We have 33 trillion naira to pay now. What should we do?
Onígbèsè ìjọba Ọlọ́run má gbé kò wá o. Onígbèsè ìjọba Ọlọ́run má gbé kò wá o. Ká tó ṣẹ́jú pẹ́ẹ́rẹ́ wọn á tún lọ rè yáwó. Onígbèsè ìjọba Ọlọ́run má gbé kò wá o. When you have onígbèsè at the government, this is the kind of thing you are going to see. I don't want to talk about that gbèsè. You see that gbèsè, that one is full of pot. That one is there. You see what Soyinka said this morning is what make me come here. Anybody that is a good Bible reader will know that there are some defined error. It's an error you commit, but it's a defined. It comes from God.
one example of divine error was the error committed by King Pharaoh by disallowing Israel to leave his own land peacefully. It was an error, but God intentionally do it. There are so many errors. Another error was the one said by the son of King Solomon, Jeroboam, that hey, your father treat us, he beat us with blala. What are you going to beat us? He said with iron and scorpion. That one is another define. So what I'm trying to say is that bringing in Buhari in 2015, I see it as I think it's a define. Define in the sense that it's from God. So that this man will scatter us. What we want to achieve, this man will help us to do it as we are now. You can see the separation now. We are already separated. And why Wole Soyinka, you see somebody like Wole Soyinka is a philosopher. He's able to see it. When Donald Trump, when they were campaigning, I think, was it 2016 or something? Wole Soyinka said if Donald Trump win as U.S. president, going to charge passport. You know what he's talking about because he see the man as a racist. And the man, though I like him, but he came in and he proved himself as a racist, Donald Trump. Likewise, now, Wole Soyinka have been seeing it that the way this thing is going, 2022, we may not be able to survive it. And one of the things that strike my mind is because of this thing that Buhari just said when he was granting interview that he's going to bring it back. The Gazette law, the law of 1960 something, the cow route, the grazing route of 1960 something that he has given his Malami to go and resuscitate it. I'm telling you, if he's trying to do that kind of a thing, Nigeria will not survive it. Nigeria will not survive it because I know these people, they are very greedy. Even they will do it to the extent that all the 36 states in Nigeria, they will bring out a plan, a map that say this is a grazing route. Maybe like I don't know how fast, how big will that place be, but I know that they have agenda. And part of the agenda was the one of the things that Baba revealed while he was granting the interview in Sunrise TV. So I think those are the things that Wole Soyinka look at, and he suggested that if this man bring this kind of thing, and this is the only out of the so many things that is being planned, the only few being able to reveal to us the remaining 2 years that remain for Baba to spend, Nigeria should pray. Well, I will not ask them to pray because that Nigeria remain one. We are still suffering. Like I see this morning that when Obasanjo is telling us that we need a leader that will unite Nigeria. Osibajo. Is it Osibajo? It's Osibajo that say it. God will not give that leader. He will not bring him. That leader that will unite Nigeria again, God will not be a leader that will bring hammer like this Baba that will everybody go back to your area. God will bring that kind of leader. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's a wonderful one from our wonderful guy. He's part of us. He anchors a program on Flip TV. Watch out for him. And also watch out for the pundits today by Mr. Samuel, the guy that just spoke that people were hailing. Is also part of us. Watch out for that program. We are on Facebook. Flip TV NG. Flip TV NG. For more commentaries, for more updates and also contributions, you can visit us on Facebook, Flip TV NG. We also have our sister channel, Flip TV Plus. Flip TV Plus. We have exciting and wonderful information there. You can also subscribe on that YouTube channel, Flip TV Plus. I am Christian Chuku on this wonderful one. A big thank you to the man behind the camera, Femi. He has been doing wonders with us. And also big thank you to boss Flip TV, Biodun Kukoluye. You can reach me on my Facebook account, Chuku Christian, CHUKWU Christian, for more updates and info. Thank you very much. See you same place, same time tomorrow on this same station. Thank you. Bye.